Okay, here is Texas Hobo, a really cute unraced 5-year-old. And Tex has had, I think, the last 11 or 12 days off while we were in Aiken. We just got back last night, and as you can see, the ring is covered in snow. Luckily, Tex is barefoot, and the snow is wet, and the footing underneath is not frozen. So actually, it's fine. I'm sure it's obviously a little bit of extra work for him going along in the snow, but actually, the footing's totally fine for a barefoot horse. So that was nice that I could get on him today and ride him after a couple of days off. Well, more than a couple of days off, almost 2 weeks off. I actually would have loved to have taken Tex to Aiken, but we needed a fourth horse, a sales horse, but I needed a horse that Billy could also ride, and Billy's just a little bit too big for Tex, I think. So that's unfortunately why Tex didn't get to come along. It was nothing personal. I would have loved to have brought him. I actually love this kid. He is just such a goofy, funny individual, and he's coming along beautifully, and I'm so impressed with him. So obviously he's had this last almost 2 weeks off while we've been gone, and it's cold and we had a blizzard, and so obviously there's snow everywhere. And I tacked him up, brought him out to the ring, got on. There was no lunging, there was no I worked with him at the mounting block for maybe 2 minutes before I got on, just sort of standing up there and having him walk in a circle around me. Did I need to do that? Probably not, but I've just found that it never hurts to build confidence and trust. So I'll just go on with that for a bit longer. But I literally, for all intents and purposes, just tacked him up, brought him out, got on, and he was fabulous. I mean, this ride was less than 10 minutes. The horse is just going so nicely. He's really understanding his job and putting all the pieces together. So I'm really, really happy with Tex. He was my first ride of the day, and he really made me happy this morning with just how nicely he's coming along. And he was also great because my hounds were out and they were sort of hanging out alongside the ring, and at times they were trolling along the edges of the ring, and that can really be spooky for some horses. But Tex did not give it any thought, so that was very good. And he's just doing the most adorable canter transitions. I know we haven't cantered yet, but it's coming up, and I'm just so happy with them. He's figuring out the contact nicely. I mean, is it perfect? No, but he's just had about 2 weeks off, and so I'm very happy with how he came out today, given the fact that he just had a little vacay. But actually, this is quite nice here. And going in the snow like this is really a bit of extra work. I have to say, Tex made me happy, but I was pretty grumpy today because being in Aiken, where of course it was when we first got there, the first couple days it was in the 70s, up near 80, which was wonderful. It was a little chillier the next couple days, but still, 50s. And then coming home to the remnants of a blizzard still melting was a little disheartening and made me kind of grumpy to be riding around on snow. But what are you going to do? Hopefully this is the end of it. So his first canter transition, he picked up the right, no big deal. I'm actually really happy with the canter transition because even though it wasn't the right lead, it was a really nice transition. So I have absolutely no problems with that. This is still technically just his third post-track ride. So all I care at this point is that we're doing balanced canter transitions. I'm not too worried about the lead yet, but brought him back, reorganized him, and he sure enough gave me a nice canter depart into the left lead. And he was very balanced cantering around through the snow. So that was very good. So of course we took a little walk break and then just did our canter to the right. My dogs are so funny. They're so involved. Thought he gave me some really nice trot work here to the right after we had done our left canter. It usually does tend to be the case that once they do a canter, it really sort of loosens up their top line, gives them a bit more swing behind. And also, working in the snow actually obviously does get them to push a bit more from behind, which was very helpful for Tex. He's a lovely mover anyway. It's not to say he needs help pushing from behind. He's generally always tracking up all on his own. But the snow, kind of like also trotting through puddles and water and things like that, it just gives them a little bit of extra oomph, a little extra push. Thought this was quite nice here. He felt great. And just super relaxed about the whole thing. Very understanding now of his job and what we're out there to do. I don't feel any anxiety or stress coming from him. Thought this was lovely here. He felt fantastic. Really nice right canter transition. Such a good boy. And Tex has a fantastic canter. Very balanced, very uphill. So that was it. We called it a day with that. There's really no need to do more after almost 2 weeks off, coming out this lovely in the snow and the cold. I really couldn't be happier with this horse. He's such a cutie and he's such a trier. So here at the end, I've just got a little bit of, this is what I mean when I say I'm working with him at the mounting block. At first, I just climb up there, let him come up to me in his own time. He can walk in some circles around me if he wants to. Moving their feet always sort of helps them to get a little bit more comfortable. And then at some point, he stands up next to me. I lean over him a couple of times, and then I pop on, and he's fabulous about actually getting on. And he's getting so good.